Hello students, welcome to our afternoon read aloud. Today we've been learning all about groundhogs, right? So this afternoon we're going to enjoy a fun storybook about groundhogs. This is called What Happened Today, Freddy Groundhog. And there you can see a groundhog peeking up out of the ground. Here's like some snow, just like we have on the ground right now, and some layers in the dirt. And down here you can see, I think that must be his family hibernating in their little nest. Ooh, and there I see some big boots. Those boots look a little kind of tough, rough, and scary. And if I open the cover, I see some more. Maybe those are Freddy's relatives, the whole groundhog family. Okay, here we go. What Happened Today, Freddy Groundhog by Marvin Glass. And you know what I've always loved about these illustrations is how even the insects have little smiley faces. It's so cute. Oh, wow, look at all these fun details. Like I said, even the insects have little smiling faces. And there I see a groundhog, maybe that's Freddy. Who's that? I'm not sure. Maybe his mom. Squirrels. It kind of looks like springtime, maybe. Let's see. All summer, oh, it's summer. All summer long, Freddy the groundhog just lazed about, growing chubby, eating all the leaves and grass he could get a hold of. Now the days were getting shorter. Winter was coming, and something was stirring under the ground. "Come on in," called his father. Oh, it was his dad. Wow, this is another thing I love about this book. It's drawn kind of cartoon style, but lots of cool details so we can learn about nature. Like you can see the roots of the trees and the layers of the dirt, how dirt, is going to have like rocks and kind of clay and soil, all different stuff under the ground, right? So, it's time to get ready for a good hibernation. I mean sleepy time, his father said. "Wiggling woodchucks, that sounds great," said Freddy. And remember, we've learned that woodchucks is another word for groundhog. Wow, look, it's almost like a diagram showing their little underground nest. And they've got some twigs and sticks. Ooh, is someone already taking a nap? Let's see. Humans had cleared the nearby woods, and a bunch of Freddy's kin, that means family, his relatives, moved in to spend the winter. Down under the ground, the whole family got together to fix up the burrow. A burrow is a tunnel that animals make. They had a nice cozy den, a place to store food, places to sleep, even a separate bathroom. Oh, I wonder if he's going to the bathroom down there. This year, Freddy wanted a room of his own, so he started digging. "That cub sure can dig," said his father. Oh, so there he goes digging. He wants to make a room of his own. And that's interesting. He was called a cub. His dad called him a cub. Uh-oh. It looks like he's burrowing or digging to a kind of a scary farmer's field. Let's see. Oh, and you can see all the kind of junk that's fallen in the ground. Okay, here we go. Freddy dug under the woods. He dug under the fields. Then he dug under Farmer Green's barnyard. Suddenly, Freddy felt a heavy crunch. Charlie the horse stepped right on top of the tunnel and nearly broke a leg. Farmer Green hollered, "Wait till I get my hands on that low-down groundhog." "Chucks," said Freddy. Ooh, the farmer's mad. Ooh, so he keeps tunneling. Oh, and who does he bump into? Let's see. Digging as fast as he could, Freddy plowed right into Doris Chipmunk's hideout. "Get out of here, you low-down groundhog," she screeched. "Can an animal have any privacy anymore?" "Ah, Chucks," said Freddy, "I didn't mean to do it." Doris was the one chipmunk he wanted to be friends with. Ooh, he was bothering a chipmunk. Oh my gosh, who's he going to meet next? Maybe some termites? Let's see. Then he barged into a bunch of wormholes. Next, right through a colony of termites. They squealed, "We work our little bodies to the bone, and along comes this low-down groundhog." "I'm really, really sorry," said Freddy. He felt like the clumsiest animal under the earth and sadly headed back home. Wow. Okay, so here he first ran into some worms, then the termites, and they're all mad at him for kind of invading their tunnels. So he's kind of doing a U-turn to dig back home. Clumsy means when you kind of tumble into things. Oh, wow. I wonder if here he's getting home and here starting to think about something that's going to happen. Let's see. Freddy was surprised to see his father and mother helping make up his bed. Even his sister Gertie brought him a soft grass pillow. "You've got to get a good winter's rest, Fred," said his mother. "Because," said his father, "this year it's your turn to have a big day." Freddy's dad told him about the curious ideas the humans had. Every February 2nd, they all wait around for a groundhog to come out of his hole and look for his shadow. If he sees it, they figure there'll be 6 more weeks of winter. "That's amazing," said Freddy. His mother smiled. Ooh, it's going to get to be his turn to peek out of the burrow this year. So it looks like he's snoozing already in his little private place he dug out for himself, and it looks like he's thinking, it's a big think bubble, about playing baseball. Freddy curled up in bed, wondering whether anyone would really make a fuss about a low-down groundhog like himself. "Shucks, if only I could come out as a famous ball player, maybe shortstop on the hometown Beavers." Even Doris Chipmunk would perk up. So he wants to be friends with Doris, and he's dreaming about what he might be. And let's talk about low down. If you notice in the story, people who are mad at him, like the farmer and Doris, have called him low down. So it's kind of like a joke, a play on words, because he's low down because he's underground. But low down also means like somebody who's not doing the right thing, okay? Ooh, more imagining, more dreams as he's in his little burrow. "Hey, what if I popped out as Quick Fred, the tunnel digger, digging my way into all kinds of new territory? Or better still, a famous astronaut, zipping through space even faster than Jerry the Squirrel?" But that could never be, Freddy thought. "I'm doomed to crawl around under the earth, just a low-down groundhog." "Chucks," said Freddy sadly as he fell asleep. Oh, look, they're all cozily hibernating in their burrow. And that's what the whole family did, sleep all through the winter. It was hibernation time. February 2nd on the dot, Freddy's mother woke him up and gave him a good brushing. He looked a bit thin, but his mother said, "No matter." Freddy dug his way back to Farmer Green's pasture, where he planned to come out. He was careful not to barge into anybody this time. Ooh, look, he's about to dig up out of the ground, and there's the farmer and all the people waiting. Let's see. The closer he got, the better he could hear the crowd of humans stomping about in the snow. And there was Farmer Green having his say, as usual. Fred worked up enough courage to make his entrance. He inched his way out of the tunnel and looked around. "What if I can't find my shadow?" Freddy thought. "What if I'm really a low-down groundhog, just like everybody says?" He looked all over, but his shadow wasn't there. Just then, Farmer Green burst into a grin and a holler. "Woo-hoo-wee!" he shouted. This here groundhog can't find its shadow. That means we're going to have an early spring. This sure is a heads up groundhog. This sure is a big day. Freddy didn't know what to make of it. First he calls me low down. Now he says I'm heads up. Freddy thought, shucks, I'm just glad to be a plain and simple groundhog. So they're all happy for spring to come, right? For the good weather to come. Oh, look. There's his family. And look, they're watching the farmer watch Freddy on TV. Let's see. That evening, the whole family came out to see him on TV. Doris Chipmunk came along too. So there they all are, and there's Doris. And they're peeking through the window, through Farmer Green's window, and they can see Freddy on television. Back home, Freddy turned to his sister. Study up, Gertie. Next year, it's your turn to have a big day. Chucks, said Gertie, and they all went back to sleep. Okay, well, I got to do something at the end of the book. And you know, like I said, what I've always loved about this book, and I actually finally bought a copy for myself this year. I found it. It's an old book. Is the details in the underground, how you can see so many cool details in the underground. Like here, where he's digging past the wormholes and the termite nest, right? And you can see like the bricks that are underneath this building, and it's all showing in the dirt. And there's another cool picture where it shows, this is Farmer Green's barnyard, and there's kind of some like leftover tools and junk and metal underneath, and there's the brick foundation for the barn. And then in the next picture, there's some more fun little details, like there's some little broken bottles and all things. And then near the front of the book, it shows like the layers in nature with roots and rocks and sand and kind of clay. And I also love how all the other little critters, the birds, the bunnies, and the insects have little smiley faces. So I hope you enjoyed what happened today, Freddy Groundhog. Don't forget to keep washing your hands, cover your coughs and sneezes, do some reading, do some writing, help your family around the house, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.